Welcome everyone to another opportunity to go to Numberville City. Yes, Numberville City, where all the numbers are pretty. We're going to go ahead and take a trip and we're going to check on some cool friends of mine, and those are factors. There are so many factors in Numberville City, and we're going to go ahead and break down who they are, where you can find them, where they like to hang out. So while we talk about factors, I want us to go over to what does the word factor mean when we talk about it in English language. If I say I have to factor in the fact that you don't like tomatoes when we order pizza, what does that mean? Well, it means that that's an important point. If I say one of the reasons why you didn't pass the test is an important factor of not studying, what does that mean? It means one of the reasons, right? And then let's look at this word. When we look at the word factor, doesn't it sound like factory? What happens in a factory? Well, a factory is this big building where people put together different parts to make something that's whole. Instance, if you went to a factory that made computers, what you would see is them building a lot of different parts together, and then they're going to come out with the end product of a computer. Factories build products. So what does that mean when we talk about math? Well, when you have a factor, what you're doing is you have two different numbers that come together to give you a product. Yes, like factors are important items that come together and build your product. That's all it is when it comes to numbers. So how does that really break down? Well, let's take our number 6, okay? We have our number 6. And what two numbers multiplied together give you the product 6? You should say 1 and 6. Good job. But are those the only two numbers? No. If I take 2 and 3, if they multiply together, they give me 6 as well. 2 and 3 are a factor of 6. 1 and 6 are factors of 6. Those are your factors. Isn't that cool? Well, let's go over to multiplication chart so we can really see how this breaks down. If we look at our multiplication chart, let's look for the number, let's keep it easy, 10. Do we see the number 10? Well, if we look all the way up, what number do we see there? And when we go all the way across, what number do you see there? You should see the factors 2 and 5, because when they come together, they make the number 10. Of course, we could also do 10 with 10 and 1, but we always know that a number times 1 is always going to be itself. So we can always say 1 in that number, but we're also looking to see if it has additional factors. Let's look at our multiplication chart again. Let's look at 12. Do you see the factors of 12? Very good. And if you look up and you look to the side, you should see 6 and 2 or 3 and 4. Yes, 12 has multiple factors. Yes, a number can have multiple factors. Let's try one more just so we can understand how these two numbers come together and build a product, kind of just like a factory. Let's look at the number 24. You should see 12 times 2. You should also see 6 times 4. Very good. Is there any other number that you see? 8 times 3 as well. Excellent work. So that's us learning what factors are and breaking that down. Two numbers multiplied together to give you a product. Every number has a factor in its life except for prime numbers, because prime numbers are special and they can only be multiplied by 1 and themselves. So that's a little bit of what we've learned today. And I am so glad that you joined this journey with me. But at this time, it's time for us to head on back home. So until next time, thanks for coming to Numberville City, where all the numbers are